Yo, I am pregnant, like pregnant. I can't believe this. I know this since 3-4 days, and I am still trying to get the information to my brain and under brain and upper brain. But this video is going to be about our fertility journey. TTCing has been on my mind for the longest. It wasn't easy, people. It wasn't easy to the point that maybe I'm not ready to accept my blessing. Like, God's time is the best. Anyways, let me start with the beginning. Like, we stopped preventing a little bit over 2 years ago, and for some reason I took fertility for granted. I thought, okay, the first month I will stop preventing, I will instantly get pregnant, like why not, right? So it did not happen, but on the other side, I have been accompanying my friends to their fertility journey. Like, I have a very almost best friend. She had 11 years, like, y'all, 11 years of TTC. I had another one, she had 1.5 years. And I also have some friends, like, the first day and they were pregnant. So for some reason I didn't see myself on the other side. And yeah, so we stopped preventing, and we were like, okay, the first 3 months I was not really looking at the calendar, and we were having a lot of work. Like, I had life-wise a lot of things to do. Sometimes we only had 4 hours sleep, 2 hours sleep. Like, we'd be working till 11 p.m. and I will maybe find out, okay, this is my fertility window, we should do the deal, and we will just have enough power to have a bath, eat, lay in the bed, and we say, okay, tomorrow morning and tomorrow. And after some time I was like, I don't like having sex like this or making love like this. Like, no, it's so unnatural. And fast forward, I had to look at my calendar or whatever. Sometimes I will write in the app when I have when we hugged. And after 7 months, I think I realized that the past 4 months, we only did it out of the period. Like, maybe my body was blocking on my brain, or having a big hug just for procreation. I felt, anyway, I'm still not okay with that idea. Maybe I'm too conservative, or maybe I'm too romantic, whatever. So now, after 7 months, 8 months-ish, I was really serious in the thing, and I started trying everything. You will see it in the video what we did differently, and every month was something different. Like, when you're TTC and you have a regular cycle, praise the Lord, at least, like, I can write an exam to a medical doc or OBGYN, and a doc, like, the way you are informed, the way you read medical articles, the way you watch YouTube videos, you watch, like, each month, and the way you symptom spot, like, you are aware of that part of your body. It, like, in the beginning, it was a period of the month, you know, you didn't really like, each month you saw your period, say, okay, everything's fine, I'm regulated, it's functioning. Like, it was like checked. But now it was, I don't want to see you, AF. I don't want to see you. What are you doing here? So, and around that period, like that 4 days before AF is supposed to come in, or your lady time, you are like, and everybody was there giving you and telling you what you're doing wrong. Like, after 6 months officially married, like, the family started asking, And I was just like, people, what? But you see your age. I said, you people, you should be at least happy that I'm married. But I was that person. I was like, I never lived for the marriage. Like when we met each other, babe and I, we were ready, not for marriage, but ready for each other. There is a difference, okay? So we then started to cultivate this sentence. You say, when you are feeling down and like you have your lady time, like that's the sugar part of me. You are depressed, and if it is a winter, oh Lord, it's hard. It's hard to see. It's hard seeing your your menstruation each month when you are TTCing. Like I remember my friend was pregnant, I think. After 9 months, she told me she was pregnant, like right away. And let me tell you, she went through everything. And when I mean everything, she went through everything, even in different countries. To even these, how is it called, these hormones, and the hormones were having the, like, women go through this, how is it called, IVF? Like, more power to you. It is a hard journey. And it was not successful. I think she did it twice or three times. And it's a lot of money. It was not successful. Fast forward, she finally conceived on her own at home in a month where the husband was just there for 3-4 days, like not even a week. So that kind of gave me a kind of relax. But after 1 year, like she asked me, I told her, look, I'm just 1 year down the road. How did you do? How could you, 1 decade of TTCing? How? Like, after one year of TTCing, which I would say 6 months were really, yes, I tried different things, and now came what I call fertility shaming. Oh, you are too fat. Oh, your husband is too fat. You are eating too much fat. You are not eating enough greens. You are. Do this, do that. People know best, even when you don't even ask. And you should be pregnant. What is your husband doing? Like, why is he? What is he doing? Like, what is that man doing? He should be on you and in you. Like, people, I can't even talk. Then came 1 year. Around that 1 year, it was spring, when it always clocks to 1 year. And I read somewhere, oh, you should, it is that time of the year a man is the most fertile. And so spring passed, nothing. Month calendar, you name it, I did it. So I was maybe too relaxed and then too stressed after. Fast forward, it started to really weigh on us and in the relationship, especially around us. People were having babies and people were expecting, like after 1 year, 1.5 years, they, like, that 1 year mark and the pressure on everything. So for me, I said, okay, we are not really 1 year because we weren't really good students or good hugging peoples the first 6-7 months. So let's give ourselves 6 more months. So we have 1 year, and then if not, then we are going to go to the hospital. After that mark, we were like, okay, should we make an appointment? And we looked at ourselves and said, okay, because now is to identify the problem or not. And if they identify the problem is A or B, then it's going to change. I knew for myself, if I'm okay and my husband isn't, it's not going to change anything because he's the one, and I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. But the shaming around women, especially Black African women, not having children. I didn't know it was. I knew it was something or a thing, but that heavy. I don't know. Like the first question when you are talking to people, if you cannot attest of pregnancy or of child, like they look at you as either a wish or I don't know what, and you haven't made it if you are not a mom, which is bad, people, which is really, we should fix that, right? We should be better in that. Anyways, then we looked at ourselves and said, strong with the relation of the story of my friend, and I said I didn't want to go through that stress. And at the end of the day, she conceived on herself. And I still remember my mother has a friend. She was 25 years in the marriage when she had her first son, Smith, I remember. So there was a huge party. So at the end of the day, everybody has his blessing. It should be patient. And they went through all the stress, and I was not ready for that stress. I'm not going to lie. Physically, mentally, whatever, even financially, I wasn't ready. So we looked at ourselves and said, if it is me, what are you going to do? You're still going to, it's not going to change anything. Like, we started counting the blessings we already had, and we had each other, and we've been looking and seeking for each other for the longest. And that is the message I have for you people. Sometimes we only look at what we do not have, and we forget what we had. Like, when I think of me before I met him, I was way not so happy. I was happy. I was a very happy single. But with him it's better, right? Like, I was 100% happy. Now I'm at least 200% happy having him in my life. So destroying that what we have for something we aspire, the next level or the next level, whatever, to make our family bigger. And he was like, be patient. So we decided going to the switch is going to only find out who is the problem, or maybe both of us are the problem. And either way, we are still not going to go through the whole stress, and we are still going to be together. So we said, okay, let go, let God. Easier said than done. Repeat it. Easier said than done. Like, we even talked about it. Like, I said, God's time is the best. Sometimes we say, okay, God, we prayed for each other, like, to meet each other, and it wasn't easy, but it was perfect. Like, you have the feeling the whole way, like maybe 10 years prior to meeting him, God was already preparing you for him. Like, I can understand, like, whatever, over to him. Like, he works in a way we cannot see. So because I trusted him in finding babe, I also trusted him in this journey. Okay, I always say pray and act. So my acting was on the peer side, and after I stopped it, accepting and putting it in the hands of God. I remember when one of my friends was having problem conceiving, I was still back home, and her family-in-law, people, they were just looking and waiting for the next comma of mistake to just the pressure. So she came to live with me like the 2 first week, and we were like praying in the morning, praying in the evening, going to church at 6 o'clock and everything. I didn't have that support, but I babysat. So we prayed, and I must say he was the patient one. He was like, if God, yes, not, then it is what it is. So having you is the biggest gift I ever had. So he will be the one to calm me down and say, we said let God, so let God, to trust him. And looking backwards, I'm like, it couldn't have been better. The time, like God's times, like, so yes, exactly. I will say 2 days after 2 years of TTC, of not preventing, it was then the new cycle, and it is this cycle that I didn't see it coming. I was preparing myself. Like, I was even waiting for my AF to come so that I can start a new challenge I wanted to do. Like, I'm a freezy person. I sleep with 2 hot bottles. I and I heard somewhere you can cure it by doing, like, having a how is it called, a cold shower, and it helps with the immune system and with the pandemic. But I was like, maybe you should try 4 weeks or 30 days of cold showering before the next winter comes, and you are still like grrr, like I can stay in Europe for the longest. I still feel cold. There's nothing like OJ in feeling freezing. So I was really waiting for my AF to come, and it didn't come. The information, as I said in the beginning, it hasn't yet sinked in, and there is a feeling of I don't know, like, wow, what am I going to do? Like, I have a lot of respect, a lot of you. It humbles me, the whole thing. I think that's the point. And I'm more than ever grateful and thankful to the Lord. I go by faith, and this is another confirmation that He is wonderful, He is great. Just rely on Him and really allow Him to do. Pray and act, but pray again, right? So now, if you are in your fertility, you are TTCing, hang in there. I bless you, and I wish and I pray that God will send you your blessing at the right time. At a time you will not even be expecting it. Like, He walks in ways we cannot see. So trust Him, and you shall be fine. Amen. I just had to pray for our sisters. Let me know in the comment section how, if you had a fertility journey, people, even if it is 1 month. I don't know how I can open my brain and tell you people how challenging this TTC is. I don't know. People say, hey, you should not stress. Like, please stop saying that. When your mind is 100% on something and people say remove your mind from it, what are you talking about? For all the people with the sisters and friends and mother with their big fat positive, congrats. And for you, it is on your way. Okay, if you're TTC, it is on your way. People who had their big fat positive without TTCing, or TTCing for 3 months, 1 month, 1 week, please have some respect for those who need it a little bit more. Nobody chooses to go this long, and don't take it to think we others will go through 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years. I had all of it in my lifetime. We didn't do anything. Okay? You didn't do anything to be like that. So, and you yourself, you didn't do anything to be pregnant after 1 month or after 1 big hug. Okay? So I kind of feel there's a kind of arrogance of having a child that easily, or pregnancy that easily, and sometimes it is far away from the reality of a lot of women, a lot of black women. Anyways, I'm going to stop here. Like, I had a conversation with my OBGYN, and that is why I wasn't even wanted to go to the hospital, because I sometimes mentioned the hair I had on my chin, and she started talking black women, like, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to that person. I forgot. I was followed. Like, I always went to my OBGYN every 6 months, if I didn't forget. Even my dentist, those were my steady appointments. So I knew, like, they do this every 6 months. So even without partner or with partner, I always did the 6 months thing. So there was never something. Please, I am all over the place and I am tired. Like filming this video, as I said, maybe it's 3-4 days of information, still hasn't sunk in. And I'm like, bye. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, as I always say, and patient, humbled, and blessed. Bye.